In this video, I'm going to be ranking every single card to drop so far in season number 6 in NBA 2K25 My Team on a tier list here, ranking from S that does go all the way down to F tier. And yes, you guys heard that right, I'll be ranking in this video every single card that has dropped in season 6. So whether it's a card from a promo set like the Flash, or whether it's from Amori Caspi in the Signature Series set, or Jalen Brunson from the playoff set, every single card that has dropped so far in season 6, whether it's from the festival, whether it's a Friday promo set, a Tuesday promo set, free cards, all the types of stuff, we'll be ranking every single card here on this tier list so you guys know what are the best cards right now to use from season 6. And we got a lot of cards to rank. I think there's over 150 cards to go over that have dropped so far in season number 6, and I say we just hop right into it. But if you guys do like this style of video, make sure to drop a like down below and subscribe if you guys are new. And of course, let me know what you guys would change about this tier list, and let me know what cards have been your favorite to drop so far in season number 6. But the first card here is going to be Pro Pass 100 overall Tim Duncan, and he is easily going to be an S tier. I mean, one of the best cards in season 6. He has an elite level jump shot. They gave him some top tier dribble sigs, and I do think easily going to be in that S tier category. Now, I will say for 100 overall Tim Duncan, the free card, he's probably going to be an A. Now, the reason for that is because the Pro Pass card is definitely a lot better because of his jump shot and also having better dribble sigs, and overall is just a much better card than the free version. But still, I think Tim Duncan to drop in season 6 is probably still an A tier card. Really good defensive power forward and does have a decent jump shot. Now, Dark Matter Jason Kidd, I would personally throw him in the S tier category. I think he's one of the best point guards to drop in season 6. His jump shot is amazing with the Patty Mills base. There's Garland upper on very quick timing. Such an elite card at the point guard position. Norman Powell, I would say probably one of the weaker cards to drop so far in season number 6, but you got to remember there's some really bad cards on this list. So I do think for now Norm Powell going to be in that C tier category. I would say John Wall, for me personally, is going to be in B tier. I think he's a solid point guard, but for me, I just cannot green his jump shot, so I think for that reason he's going to have to be in B tier. Now, talking about the Pink Diamond Wendell Carter Jr., I think is actually a good power forward option. He's a good budget power forward. He plays good defense and does have a good release. I feel like B tier is a fair spot for Wendell Carter Jr. Now, talking about the Diamond Luka Doncic, easily going to be an F tier. I mean, he was the level 1 card in season number 6, and he's just not a good card whatsoever. He's going to be an F. Now, talking about 100 overall Clyde Drexler, the newest 100 overall in this game, I think is probably still going to be an S tier. Yes, I do think he's better than Tim Duncan. He's a really good shooting guard. He's a great slashing card. I do like his jump shot. His dribble sigs are nice. I think overall from a card to drop in season number 6, I do think Clyde's going to be an S tier. Talking about Rafer Alston, honestly, do not like this card whatsoever. Realistically, for me personally, going to be an F tier category. Dark Matter Luol Deng, one of the best cards to drop in season number 6. I think he's got to be an S tier. Really good defensive card, but they actually changed his jump shot, gave him the Donovan Mitchell base, Oscar Robertson upper on very quick timing, so gave him a top level jump shot. I do think Luol Deng is going to be an S tier. Now, Trevor Booker, one of the newest cards in this game, is probably actually going to be an A tier, and that might sound crazy and ridiculous to say, and we're gonna have to change this tier list as we go on because there is so many cards to rank, so it's kind of hard to base it, you know, off the first like 10 cards we've ranked so far. But this Trevor Booker card is really good. 6'8" small forward, 6'10" wingspan. I think what I might do potentially is drop like cards like Norm Powell down to D tier, drop Wendell Carter Jr. down to C, and then like put, I would say, Trevor Booker in that B tier category. I think it's probably fair for right now, just because I don't know if he's an A tier card on the same level as a 100 overall Tim Duncan. Moses Malone, I will say, is an A tier card. I think he's really good at power forward. He has a good jump shot and is a very underrated power forward in this game. Of course, you guys know that I ranked him a little bit too low on the first tier list that I did when Moses Malone was in the game, and a lot of people hated on me for that, and I can understand it because Moses Malone is a really good card, and I do think he's going to be an A tier. Andrew Wiggins, I think for me, is just a solid shooting guard. I feel like B tier is fair for him. He has a decent jump shot. The dribble sigs aren't great, but he is a good slashing card and a very good defensive card. Now, talking about Pink Diamond Ja, I mean, I would give him potentially D tier. Like Norm Powell, I got to see what Norm's looking like because I know he's only 6'4" shooting guards. That's obviously really undersized. Oh, he can play point guard. I forgot that Norm can play the point guard position, 6'11" wingspan. I just don't know if he's on the same tier as Wendell Carter Jr., so I think realistically he's going to be in D tier alongside Pink Diamond Ja. Now, talking about Dark Matter Jalen Williams, I think he's a great card. I do think he's probably either high C tier or low B. I could go low B tier for Jalen Williams. I think J-Dub's good defensively and does have a smooth jump shot. Now, Dark Matter Bull for me personally is a very easy A tier option. He's 7'3" at power forward. He's a glitchy power forward card. Now, I do not like his jump shot, and I think he's overpriced and overrated, but I still think he's a really good card from season 6, and I do think he's going to be an A tier. Dark Matter Michael Beasley, maybe one of the top, what, 5 cards to drop, top 6 cards to drop in season number 6. I mean, that card is just so amazing at small forward. Really quick jump shot. I mean, you guys know Michael Beasley. He's just an absolute dog. Now, Pink Diamond Cade, I think realistically is probably like low C tier. He's a good 6'6" point guard. He plays good defense and does have a nice jump shot. Invincible Dr. J, I mean, you guys can guess where invincible cards are going to go. They're obviously going to be in the S tier category. I mean, they're basically perfect cards. They have amazing jump shots, really good dribble sigs, the best dribble sigs in this game, and they do come with 12 legend badges equipped on them. So easily for Dr. J, going to be in that S tier category. Talking about Jordan Clarkson, he's okay at the point guard position. I think for me, he's probably going to be in D tier. Not a huge fan of his jump shot personally. I think Grayson Allen's going to be in F tier. Just not a great card, only 6'4" at the shooting guard position. Now, Dark Matter Terry Dischinger, I think, is one of the top tier cards that drop in season 6. He's a really good defender. He's got a good jump shot, really good dribble sigs. Yes, a bit undersized at small forward, but I do love this Terry Dischinger card. Easily going to be an A tier for me personally. Dark Matter Galaxy Football Brawny, I would say is D tier. So far, it's like where these mid point guards are kind of going. Just not a huge fan of that Galaxy Football Brawny card. I think his jump shot is very hard to green with. Now, talking about 100 overall Cade, I think you got to throw him an S. I mean, he's maybe not the best card to drop at the point guard position in season 6, but he's still extremely good defensively. I like his jump shot on very quick timing, and I do think Cade is still an S tier card in season 6. Now, Galaxy Platino Raja feels like the perfect A tier card. Really good defensively. He's just super well rounded at the power forward position. Talking about 100 overall Anthony Davis, call me insane, but I do think he's going to be in that high A tier category. I don't think a card like Dino Raja is much worse besides his stats and his badges, but I like Dino's jump shot more. I think he plays just as good as defense as Anthony Davis. And yes, I think Anthony Davis is a better card than Dino, but I think they have to be on the same tier. Maybe Dino in the lower A tier category and Anthony Davis in the higher A tier category. Now, talking about pods, again, I would say probably in D tier. Just not a huge fan of that card at the point guard position. Derrick Jones Jr. is actually very solid. I would say he's going to be in C tier. Manu Bull, because of his height, he's probably C tier, but he is extremely slow and doesn't have a good jump shot, but he's also 7'6". I mean, 8'6" wingspan is just ridiculous in my team. Tijon Salon probably in D tier. Definitely not one of the worst cards in season 6, but also not one of the best. I do think Invincible Giannis, again, just like Dr. J, of course, has to be in that S tier category. Talking about Delano Banton, this card's really good, man. Is he going to be A tier? Probably not, but he's a really good budget point guard. He's 6'8" with a really good jump shot and does feel insanely fast at the point guard position. Jordan Poole, again, I feel like D tier is a fair spot for him. Just don't like that card too much at the point guard position. Kirk Heinrich, same sort of thing. I feel like a lot of these point guards are going to be in D tier. Jaden Hardy is honestly just not great, but again, I think he's probably low D tier. Talking about Keegan Murray, he's a solid card. I'll probably go like higher C tier. For Keegan Murray, he's a good all-around small forward card. Tron Bradley, got to go in F. I mean, he just has no speed. Not a good defensive card because of his speed and lack of jump shot. Easily going to have to be an F tier. Now, talking about the Pink Diamond Shea, I think he's probably on the same level as Cade, so I do think he's going to be in that C tier category. Talking about Galaxy Drew Holiday, a great defensive point guard. I don't know if I can put him in A, but I do think B tier is a very fair spot for him. He's good defensively. Really like Galaxy Drew Holiday. Just wish he was a little bit cheaper on the auction house. Now, talking about Adem Bana, he's not a bad card. He's a solid power forward. I think he's going to be in C tier. Talking about Dark Matter Jaw, he's a good rim running point guard. I think he's got to be a tier above his Pink Diamond card, and I do think realistically he's going to be somewhere in that C tier category. Talking about Dean Wade, I would say also C. He's a good diamond card, has a good jump shot, and is actually very underrated at the small forward position. Talking about Bam, not as good as his Dark Matter, which we'll obviously talk about here in a second, so I do think Bam is realistically going to be in D tier. Talking about Dark Matter, Alex Sarr, I think another card you have to put in S. I think he's so good defensively at power forward. I like him over Tim Duncan. I like him over Anthony Davis. I do think he's going to be in that S tier category. Now, talking about Eddie Curry, I think A tier is a fair spot for him. He's really good on the offensive side of the floor as a big man. I mean, one of the best big man jump shots in this game, at least one of the fastest jump shots in this game at the center position or power forward. So I do think Eddie Curry is going to be in that A tier category. Dante Exum is good. I think Dante Exum is probably in that lower B tier spot. I think he's a really good defensive point guard, 6'6" with a nice jump shot. Vince Schifino, not great to be honest. He's going to be in D tier. Talking about OJ Mayo, one of the newer cards in this game, he looks all right. Would throw him in like that lower C tier category. Talking about Pink Diamond LeBron, I mean, is it crazy to say he's B? It probably is. So I think he's going to be somewhere in that C tier category. Talking about Pink Diamond KPJ, I think he's a solid B tier option, kind of on that same ranking as a Pink Diamond Dante XM. KPJ has a really good jump shot. He's a good offensive point guard, but does lack quite a bit of size and defense at the point guard position. Pink Diamond Rocco, absolutely love this card. He's 6'9" at the shooting guard spot with a 7'2" wingspan. I do like him over Andrew Wiggins at shooting guard. I think he's better than Jada at the shooting guard position as well because of his size, because of his defense, and having a really good catch and shoot jump shot. I think warrants Rocco to be in that A tier category. We're talking about Simbular, another tall center that just doesn't play defense and is extremely slow at the center position. Galaxy Opal Cat, he's a solid card. I would say Galaxy Opal Cat going to be in C tier. 100 overall Patrick Ewing, a hard card to rank, but I think B tier is probably a fair spot for him just because he is really good defensively. He's a 100 overall card, so his stats and his badges are off the charts amazing, but his jump shot is realistically really bad. So I do think he's going to be in B tier. Talking about Dark Matter, Chris Paul, I mean, again, on that kind of just mid point guard list, going to be in D tier. Amor Caspi, really good card. Could you argue A? I think so, but I think Amor Caspi is a step below a Rocco at the shooting guard spot, just barely, so I think he's going to be in B tier, but Amor Caspi is one of the best cards in the B tier category, 1000%. Talking about Devin Vassell, I just do not like this card. I'm going to throw him in D tier. Jalen Brunson, I mean, probably one of the worst cards to drop in season 5, or season 6, I should say, easily going to be in the F tier category. Caron Butler is good. I think Caron Butler is somewhere in C tier. He's just an all-around decent shooting guard, does play some good defense. I think Dorian Finney-Smith is probably also in that C tier category. Wish his defense was honestly a little bit better. Now we have these two 100 overall cards from the Signature Series set, which are, of course, going to be 100 overall Yao, who might still be the best card in this game just because of how glitchy he is. And then we also do have the best point guard in my team, which is going to be another 100 overall from this Signature Series set, and that is going to be 100 overall Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. So 100% Shai, going to be in the S tier category. I think he's the best point guard in my team, and Yao Ming is easily the best center currently in the game. Now talking about Dark Matter AK, another card I feel like you kind of have to put in S tier. I do think because of his defense, having a really good catch and shoot jump shot, kind of on that same ranking as Luol Deng at the small forward position. Talking about Miles Turner, a great offensive power forward with really good defense. I love this card's jump shot, and I think he's going to be in that lower A tier category. I do think he's really good at the power forward position. Now talking about Dark Matter Pau Gasol, he's okay. I don't like his jump shot necessarily, so I do think Pau Gasol probably going to be in that C tier category. Talking about Thabo Sefolosha, I think he's a really good defensive budget card, especially at shooting guard. I think Sefolosha is going to be in that B tier category, plays extremely good defense. I like his jump shot and has a little bit of a shot creation ability at the shooting guard position. Talking about JV, realistically just not great, gonna throw him in D tier. Dark Matter Zach LaVine, on the other hand, is really good at point guard. I don't know if I could put this card in S. I know it sounds crazy, but like I like Andy Curry more. I like Rocco. I think these cards are actually better than Zach LaVine just as all-around cards. So I do think Zach LaVine's probably going to be in that high. Actually, I'll go low A tier for Dark Matter Zach LaVine. Talking about Larry Nance Jr., he's an okay card. Gonna throw him somewhere in that C tier category. Now Dark Matter Stephon Castle is 1000% gonna be an A, and I think realistically could even be in the S tier category, but I think because of his, maybe not greatest offense in the game, I do think he's gonna be in the A tier category. Talking about Pokachevsky, I mean, he's a good power forward card as a budget tier. I do think he's going to be in C tier. George Gerving is a B tier card to me. He's all the way around really good. He's kind of on that same level as a Dark Matter Andrew Wiggins card. Pat Burke is good. I think realistically he's going to be C tier though. Talking about Sam Hauser, not a great card. He's going to be in that D tier category. Hassan Whiteside, I really do like, but I don't know if I could put any higher than B tier just because of the lack of jump shot and the lack of offense at the center power forward position. But he is really good defensively and has a nice player model. But I do think B tier is a fair spot for Hassan Whiteside. Talking about Grant Hill, I don't know if he's on that B tier level. I think he's realistically going to be somewhere in C tier. Talking about Diamond Justice Winslow, same sort of thing. I do believe he's going to be in C tier. Talking about Dark Matter Gordon Hayward, a card that honestly surprised me. He's a good card. I do think Gordon Hayward going to be somewhere in B tier. Talking about AJ Lawson, he's a good diamond card, but realistically he's going to be in, I mean, I guess I could go C tier. Yeah, he's probably in that like lower C tier category. Mike Conley, just not great. I mean, he's going to realistically be an F tier. Dark Matter Bam, I love this card at the power forward position. I really like his jump shot. I think Bam could be argued an A, but I think just to kind of make the tier list a little bit more well-rounded, we're going to go Bam in that B tier category. Talking about Rodney Stuckey, he's a good point guard. Going to throw him probably somewhere in that C tier category. Ty Lawson is 5'11", plays no defense. I mean, yeah, Ty Lawson is probably one of the worst cards to drop in Season 6. Easily going to be in that F tier category. Talking about 100 overall James Worthy, The thing here is, do you drop James Worthy at S? And we have Anthony Davis in A, and I think I'm actually going to move Clyde Drexler down to A tier, because as much as I do think Clyde is really good at shooting guard, I just don't know if he's on the same level as these top tier cards in the S tier category. Talking about Maureen Chalmers, really good offensive card. He's just undersized at point guard, so I think for that reason, gonna have to be C tier as his highest category. Giannis also gonna be in C tier. I mean, it's still Giannis and LeBron. They still play extremely good defense, get really good slashing animations, and are still some of the glitchiest cards in this game. But I do think Giannis and LeBron both gonna be in C tier. Now, talking about 100 overall Clay, a card that you have to put in A tier, I don't know if you could put an S. I mean, the card doesn't have too much movement at the shooting guard position, but he does have an elite level jump shot and is a really good offensive 2 guard and a lot better than people might expect. But I think realistically, gonna have to keep Clay in that A tier category. Talking about 100 overall Wilt, I absolutely love Wilt at the power forward position. I mean, this card is an absolute beast and easily 1000% going to be an S tier. I mean, he's the best defensive card in this game with that 8-foot wingspan. It is absolutely insane using this Wilt Chamberlain card. He feels unfair on the defensive side of the floor. Now, to talk about Ramon Sessions, I think is how you say his name, Sessions, not 100% sure how you say it, but realistically, he's going to be in D tier. 100 overall Chris Bosh, love this card at the power forward position as well, a super slept on power forward. Just was very hard to obtain this card. I think that's why a lot of people maybe don't talk about him too much, because it was really hard to obtain, and I feel like a lot of people went for Wilt or Kevin Durant if you were getting that many pieces in the Signature Series Festival. Talking about the next card is going to be Tim Hardaway Jr. Realistically, he's going to be in D tier. Marc Gasol is easily A, but I almost want to put this card in S, because Marc Gasol is so good at power forward, but I think realistically he's going to be in that higher A tier category. A very fast jump shot with the Andre Drummond base and a really good defensive power forward. Just could use some more speed. Only having 87 speed is a little bit slow at power forward. Nick Young, really good offensive card. He's probably also going to be an A tier. I mean, this card might not have the best defense in this world, but he does make up for it with his crazy ability to score the basketball with an elite level jump shot. We still have so many cards that rank here. This is going to be a longer video. I do apologize for that. Danny Granger, he feels like a B tier card to me. I don't think he's A tier, but I think he's a good small forward all the way around. He does have a nice jump shot. Talking about Paulo Banchero, I mean, he's kind of on that same ranking as LeBron and Giannis from the playoff Spotlight Sim cards. I mean, they're good, but they're not anything insane, so I feel like C tier is a fair spot for them. Now, Desmond Bane, he's going to go in probably D tier. Not a huge fan of that Galaxy Opal Desmond Bane card. Jokic, probably also going to be in D tier. That card's just not good from the playoff Spotlight Sim. Talking about Galaxy Opal Del Curry, I feel like the highest you could put this card is realistically going to be in C tier. Talking about Pink Diamond Jeff Green, he's a good all-around small forward, but again, realistically, he's going to have to be in C tier, but he's good all the way around, plays good defense, has a good jump shot, and is great at slashing to the basket. Pink Diamond Jalen Green, not the Dark Matter. Obviously, that card came out in Season 5, but I do think that Pink Diamond is going to be somewhere in that D tier category alongside Pink Diamond John Morant. Now, 100 overall T-Mac, one of the best cards to drop in Season 6. He was the first main 100 overall card in Season number 6, and I think definitely going to be in the S tier category. Still one of the best offensive cards in this game with a really good jump shot. Steve Francis size up. Absolutely love T-Mac at the shooting guard position. Marcin Gortat, actually not that bad. I'll probably throw him somewhere in that C tier category. I actually do think he's a very nice power forward card. Gallinari is good, but I don't know if I could put him any higher than C tier. Maybe like low B for Danilo Gallinari. Talking about Keith Van Horn, I think that's where probably C tier fits more fair for him. I mean, it does have a good jump shot and is 6'10" at the small forward position. Dylan Brooks is good. I think he's actually a great shooting guard card, kind of underrated. Not a lot of people talked about this card when he did drop in the Signature Series Festival, but again, I think realistically gonna have to be in C tier. Talking about Darius Garland, a good 300 guard, but I don't know, because of his height and his lack of defense, you can put this card any higher than D tier. Jeremy Lin is actually not that bad. I think Jeremy Lin is probably in like high C tier, maybe low B. I would actually give low B tier for Jeremy Lin. I think he's an underrated card at the point guard position. Mark Williams is good. I think Mark Williams is probably on that same ranking as like a Bam, but I do think he's going to be in somewhere in that B tier category. A good defensive center, just does have a lack of stamina and sometimes doesn't have the greatest of jump shots. Kind of get some load up animations. Nemhard is solid. I think Nemhard is probably going to be in C tier. Oscar and not Dr. J, Oscar and Jaren Jackson Jr. I feel like are both A tier cards. Oscar might not have the best jump shot in this world, but he's still got a good fade. He's still got nice dribble sigs, and that upper is really good. I think Dark Matter Jaren Jackson Jr. also going to be an A tier, kind of on that same ranking as a Moses Malone at the power forward position. I like Jaren's defense, and he does have a very quick jump shot with his jump shot on very quick timing. Now, Jason Tatum, realistically, even though he's a 100 overall card, I don't think is all that amazing, and I think realistically he's going to be somewhere in that B. I think for a tier list like this, he could probably go low A tier just because he's a 100 overall card with really good stats and badges. Anthony Morrow probably also going to be in B tier. I think he has a good jump shot. It's like the AJ Johnson base with, I want to say like Denny Avi upper, but I don't remember. No, I don't think that's his upper. What upper does Anthony Morrow have? Because I know it's a good jump shot for sure. Anthony Morrow's release is, oh yeah, it is. AJ Johnson base, Denny Avi upper on very quick timing. It's a good jump shot. He's got tray escape. He's got some good sigs. I do think he's going to be in B tier. Talking about Karis LeVert, he's an okay card at the shooting guard position. I think he's going to be in C tier. Brogdon is good. I think Brogdon realistically is B tier. I think people might disagree with that, but Brogdon's really good at point guard. I like that Pro 2 fade on him. I like his dribble sigs, and I really do like his jump shot. Talking about Christian Wood, I mean, he's an okay card at power forward. I think realistically going to be in C tier. Patrick Williams, he's also an okay card at the small forward position from the flash set, just like Karis LeVert. I do think is going to be in C tier. Bobby Portis, I like this card at power forward. I do think he's probably higher C tier. He's a nice power forward with a good jump shot, plays some solid defense, but I think realistically going to have to be in that higher C tier category. Now, Tim Thomas, he's going to be in S tier alongside the Luol Dangs, the AK-47s, right? Those type of cards. The Beasleys at the small forward spot. Really good offensive cards, 6'10", 7'2" wingspan, has a really good jump shot. I think for me, going to be an S tier. Now, talking about Anthony Edwards, I feel like if you have Tatum in A, you probably also have to put Anthony Edwards in A. I don't know, like, is he even better than a Delano Banton, though, at the point guard position? I might move Banton up into A tier because that card is seriously amazing at the point guard position, but I do think Ant is going to be in lower A tier. Talking about Michael Jordan, this card honestly is horrible. Now, people might disagree with this, but I think that card's jump shot is genuinely unusable, so I do think he's going to be an F tier. Dark Matter Dame is good, for a smaller point guard, but again, just like Ja, I think he's going to have to be in C tier. Antoine Jameson is a really good small forward card. I think he's super well rounded. If you want a consistent small forward that does everything nicely at the small forward position, I do think he's going to be in B tier. Talking about Aaron Gordon, the jump shot's really bad, but his stats and his badges are amazing. So I do think I probably would say C tier is fair for Aaron Gordon, just because his stats and his badges are really, really good. Kristaps, because of the speed, has to go in F tier. Curry, I think realistically has to go in maybe like low D tier, to be honest. Talking about Bargnani, a really good card, very underrated at power forward. I feel like is actually going to be an A tier. I think Bargnani has a good jump shot and is very underrated at the power forward position. Talking about 100 overall Penny, I don't know if you could put this card in S tier. If I'm being completely honest with you, I think he's probably higher A tier. Like, yes, there's got to be a huge difference in the gap. Like, I don't think, I'm trying to think of a point guard here. Like, Delano Banton isn't as good as Penny Hardaway, but I don't think he's that far off him. It might sound crazy, but yeah, I do think like Penny's in high A tier and Banton's in that low A tier category. Talking about Joe Harris, this card's honestly not great, gonna throw him in D tier. Jason Terry, also not great, gonna throw him in D tier. Robert Williams, also not great, gonna throw him in D tier. Roy Hibberts, I really do like. I think he's most likely gonna be an A. I think his defense at the center position is super valuable and does have one of the best player models in this game at the center position. And he's 7'2" with a 7'7" wingspan. This Lou Williams card probably has the worst jump shot in this game. I think his two Amethyst cards are also gonna be an F tier. I think the Pink Diamond Ant's also gonna be an F tier. The Thanasis is not that bad. I think the Thanasis is probably a C tier card in Season 6. Tyrese Halliburton is garbage, throw him in F tier. James Posey, again, another solid budget card, would throw him in the C tier category. Sengun is good. Is Sengun A? I'm not really 100% sure about this Sengun card, but I think you could probably go like high B tier to probably, I'd say, low A tier for Alperen Sengun. Georges Dieng, not that great, but I'll throw him D tier. Santi Aldama's jump shot is really bad, but he is 7 foot at small forward, so I think D tier is a fair spot for him. Dark Matter Dennis Rodman is really good defensively. I'm just not 100% sure about his jump shot. It's not really a great release, so I think for that reason, Dennis Rodman going to be in B tier. Talking about Manu Ginobili, an underrated point guard to say the least. His jump shot is amazing. He's got Pro 2 fade. He's 6'6" at point guard. He has nice dribble sigs. I really like Manu Ginobili. Gonna throw him in that A tier category. And then you got Invincible Kevin Durant. I mean, still maybe a top 3 card in this game, top 2, top 1. However you want to rank it, I would understand, because this Kevin Durant is honestly electric at the shooting guard position. His defense is actually really good because he's a full max out card, legend badges wise, stats and badges wise. I do think Kevin Durant's going to be an S tier. Talking about the last couple cards here, I think JaVale McGee is good. I would say probably JaVale going to be somewhere in that B tier category. And then you got cards like Joe Johnson, who I'm not a huge fan of, but I think realistically are probably going to be in that lower B tier category. And then you got Kawhi Leonard, who's just on that same ranking as like a Kawhi, Paulo, and Giannis from the playoff spotlight sim cards in C tier. And then you got Joni Meeks, who's actually not a bad budget point guard. I think Joni Meeks could be in that C tier category. So guys, I know that's a longer video and you guys might not enjoy these longer videos, but if you guys stayed all the way till this end, or if you guys like these, longer tier lists and stuff like that, let me know in the comment section down below. But I feel like you guys enjoy getting these season update tier lists where I go over all of the best cards from that season, and at the end of season 6 I'll be doing an updated version of this tier list once we get the next couple promo sets, because we still have, I think, 2 or 3 more weeks. I think it's 2 more Friday drops that we'll be getting as well. So let me know in the comment section down below if you guys enjoyed this tier list. Let me know what you guys would change about it. Now, I do want to say with these tier lists, when there's this many cards, I don't think Anthony Davis is, like, I think Sengun is not as good as Anthony Davis. You might be wondering, why is he in the same tier as him? These cards are all very, very close, and there is so many cards in this game that I feel like they can be in the same tier just because there's, what, 30 cards in each tier probably. Like, it's hard to really rank that many cards and have them in different tiers. So it's like a card might be in high A tier or high B tier, and then the other card might be in like the lower tier, because again, there's so many cards in that tier that there has to be a bunch of them. But let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think about this season 6 card tier list? Again, these are all of the cards that have dropped so far in season 6 onto one tier list. But let me know in the comment section down below what you guys would change about it, and of course, let me know what cards have you guys been enjoying in season 6, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.